Welcome to Here's How We Get There. It's the daily show filled with conversations about business and mental health in a down-to-earth style with real-world language. Now let's dive in with your co-hosts, Kenneth Shark Kinney and Trey Tucker.
All right, Trey, it is Sunday again, and we're talking about the season of Lent. We've just come through Ash Wednesday, and before that, it was Fat Tuesday and all the other. We start pulling all the Mardi Gras and all the good fun Catholic events together. But I want to ask a little bit about, or talk a little bit about what Lent means to me and what it is that you talk a little bit about your faith. We as Catholics get to celebrate it. We've got more pageantry around it and more cool things to do with the, stuff on the cross and all that good stuff. But, Lent's a season of reflection and sacrifice, and it typically involves, for a lot of religions, fasting or giving up certain foods or activities for 40 days to commemorate what Jesus went through when he fasted in the desert, according to the Bible. But I do think it's important not for somebody to observe Lent like a Catholic or Baptist or whatever way that your denomination does, but to really take the time to reflect. And it's a good chance for everybody to take a season to reflect before the holiest day of the year, Easter, when it really kind of symbolizes some of the sacrifices that we need to make to observe the life that God has given us and shown us the way through Christ that we can live into eternity. So how do you observe Lent, or do you? And did you give anything up? You probably gave up McDonald's for a day.
I can't even make it a day.
We won't do a Big Mac post in the season of Lent. So
Sorry. I am inconsistent about giving up something for Lent, but the premise, the idea of giving something up in order to grow closer to God is definitely have been helpful over the years. Because whenever I've had a craving, let's say if I'm fasting for a day or something, somebody told me one time, whenever you have a craving for whatever it is that you gave up, turn that moment where the craving hits into a prayer. And I found that my prayer life increased exponentially because I was having a lot of cravings for anything I was giving up. So absolutely, the idea of sacrificing ourselves, the idea of clearing space for the Lord, and really just setting up our own self-control and discipline at a better level, all positives.
Well, I think it's funny too, because you do this typically with the giving up foods. A lot of people will say they give up chocolate or whatever. I know that one of the things when I was much fitter and much younger, I'd give up carbs because I was, really trying to build up my bicep or my six pack. And I'm thinking, wait, that was about me. That's not what it's about. So regardless of which way you observe it, make sure that you observe it with the right focus in mind, and that's on him.
Thank you for joining Shark and Trey on the Here's How We Get There show. Make sure to rate, review, and subscribe to the show, and visit here'showwegetthere.com. That's here'showwegetthere.com.